So guys, last night I made a delicious maple butter chicken and I have to share this with you guys, okay? This is so bomb. So here in this little bowl, I mixed up a bunch of seasonings. I am using some garlic powder, Trader Joe's umami seasoning, a little bit of dry Italian herb, and black pepper. I didn't add any salt because the umami seasoning had a little bit of salt in it, and plus we're adding some soy sauce to our maple butter sauce. So add as much salt as you think you're gonna need, but I would say be a little bit stingy. So for our maple butter sauce, we melted some maple syrup together with some butter. I'm using Smart Balance. I also added in a little bit of lime juice, soy sauce, and a little bit of smoked paprika. Melted in the microwave, and there you have your maple butter sauce. Now here I have my chicken. It's about a 3.5 pound chicken. I cut the backbone out because I was going to spatchcock it at first, but then I went ahead and split it down the breast so it could fit in my air fryer perfectly. Now if you want to get your skin as crispy as possible, you want to make sure your bird is nice and dry. I dried mine down as well as I could, and I set it in the refrigerator to sit for a while so it can dry out a bit. Next, I'm going to go ahead and rub my bird down with some olive oil, just like I'm rubbing a baby down with some lotion. You want to get all over the skin. You want to make sure it's not ashy at all. Next, I added my seasoning. You want to rub it all over the skin. You want to lift it up. You can add it under that breast if you want to add more flavor. I did season the back of my chicken also. I didn't show it, but I did season the back of it. Here I'm lifting up that skin so I can get some seasoning under the breast. You can also add a little bit of the maple butter underneath the skin. It's gonna make it even better, girl. I did use the rest of this. I had a little bit left of this garlic and herbs. I went ahead and sprinkled a little bit of that on there too. So just use whatever seasonings you want. Just pay attention to your salt, I'd say that. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook my chicken in the air fryer. You can make yours in the oven if you want. My oven door broke, so I'm not even able to use it right now. I'm waiting on my other one, but so I've been making everything in the air fryer. So this fit perfectly in the air fryer. I went ahead and put in the air fryer 380 for about 25 minutes. I arranged them in the air fryer so they could get the most ventilation, I would say. I put one on the top on one side and one on the bottom on the opposite side. Now throughout this cooking process, I put the bottom one on the top on the bottom one. I switched them around. I wanted to make sure they were cooking evenly. I wanted to make sure that that skin was getting nice and crispy on both. So halfway through the cooking time, I did switch the bottom one to the top and the top one to the bottom one. Now after one complete cooking cycle, I went ahead and started basting my chicken. I wanted to make sure my chicken got that nice crispy, crusty, and the seasoning stuck on it and everything before I added the maple butter. So I went ahead and let it cook one full cycle throughout on the chicken setting, which was about 20-25 minutes. And then I started to baste it. You just want to baste your chicken a couple of times throughout the cooking process. You want to let that maple be able to cook on that skin and get nice and crispy and candied. Now, as you can see, this chicken looks absolutely delicious, girl. And let me tell you, it is. I'm thinking about doing my turkey like this for Thanksgiving. I never thought maple butter would be so good. It is so good, you guys. And it came out so juicy. The skin was so sweet, crispy, seasoned. But that meat, this right here is a thigh. You see how juicy it is? But let me show you the breast. The breast is just as juicy. Y'all, you better try this. It's so good. Yum.